Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. Thanks for joining me once again. Modiphius Entertainment Week continues, as today I'm going to dive in and take a first look at Dune, Adventures in the Imperium, the great game, Houses of the Landsraad, from the aforementioned Modiphius Entertainment. This is written by Richard August, Simon Berman, Jason Durrell, Keith Garrett, Jack Norris, Andrew Peregrine, Hilary Sklar, Devinder Thiara, Mary Takuda, and Rachel J. Wilkinson. And I apologize, I probably mispronounced at least one of those names. This 128-page hardcover with PDF carries an MSRP of $47.99. You get the PDF if you order from Modiphius Entertainment. Or if you want just the PDF alone, you can grab that over at DriveThruRPG for $25. All that said, let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got Dune, Adventures in the Imperium, the great game, Houses of the Landsraad. A few things to mention before we jump on in. First of all, my friends over at Modiphius Entertainment were kind enough to provide me with this review copy. But neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this coverage with you. These days, it's very, very important that you know that. We're also not going to look at each and every page of the great game, Houses of the Landsraad, but I do want to give you a good feel for what you're going to find inside this book. So let's take a look at the back here. Beyond Arrakis lie a million worlds and a million enemies. The Landsraad is the great council of the houses that decides the fate of the Imperium under the will of the Emperor. Meeting on Catan, the Imperial homeworld, this chorus of powerful voices meet to make deals, craft alliances, crush enemies, and take vengeance in the halls of power. Here, whole worlds can be laid waste at the stroke of a pen, and riches beyond your wildest dreams can be bestowed for nothing more than a promise of support. The great game, Houses of the Landsraad, is a complete 128-page supplement that expands your campaign away from Arrakis into the vast and deadly Imperium. It offers the opportunity for your house to vie for power among its peers, politic with your rivals, bring power and wealth to your house, and challenge your position among the most deadly power brokers of the Landsraad. And then it's going to talk about what we find in the book, but we're taking a peek inside, so we will find out for ourselves. So here we've got our credits. So various different writers, our artists. As you can see, loads of credits here. I know we do have some acknowledgments of the various different officers of Modiphius Entertainment here too. Then we got our contents. I got to point out, the font on this page is pretty small. So we're going to have our introduction. Chapter 1 is the great game. Chapter 2, Houses of the Landsraad. Chapter 3, the Spacing Guild. Chapter 4, Managing Your House. And it looks like that is going to take up the rest of the book. So it appears as if Managing Your House is going to be the longest section of the book. I'm going to take a guess that we're going to get some additional rules in creating your own house. And as I mentioned before, in Agents of Dune and its follow-up, Masters of Dune, you can play as a house of your own creation in which you're replacing House Atreides as your house takes over the production contract of the spice on Arrakis. Really, really interesting campaign. So we're going to get an introduction talking about the guild and the Bene Gesserit houses, major and minor. Then we get into the great game, the High Council, the nature of the Landsraad. The Landsraad is a large and unwieldy body consisting of the heads of all the great, major, and minor houses, several hundred strong, a precise number that is varied over history. Each house has a single vote. Minor houses almost invariably vote along with their major house. It is not always feasible for the head of a house to attend in person, so houses may send proxies in their stead. Each attendee carries the seal of the house they represent. So discussion of the bureaucracy. Here we have the planet of Catan, Chom. All houses in the imperial court itself draw their wealth from Chom, and as such is the most zealously guarded and influential organization within all the Imperium, though it exerts only soft power in the form of economic policies, rarely exerting its political might. Very interesting faction here. So we're going to get info about that. And then we get some new talents for Chom-based characters, such as Audit, Deep Pockets, Dirty Money, Master of Coin. So now we're going to get into our houses. Houses great and small. Relations between various different houses. Are we going to get, yes, so here we've got our houses, which I thought we were starting to get into already, but I guess not. And it does appear that we will have 2 pages devoted to each of the houses. So here we've got House Atreides. So we get an overview with primary domains, secondary domains, their home world, military power, population and lifestyle, nobilis familia, so the major players in the house, its history, and then prominent minor houses, as well as that house's agenda. So it looks like we're going to have a few of these. And of course, the great game is going to be taking place prior to the revolution that overthrows the emperor. So that's important to keep in mind. Looks like we've got quite a lot of houses here. House Wydrus. Then we have the Spacing Guild. I wonder if we'll have the ability to create some characters from the Spacing Guild. Guild agents. Yes, looks like we do, because here's some new talents. Although those talents would be utilized by NPCs as well. Code of Secrecy, Guild Upbringing, Nose for Cargo, Power of Neutrality, Spacer. Nice. Traveling the Universe. Creating Planets. Okay. And then we have Managing Your House, which is our final chapter here. Talking about the features of your house, domains, what kind of business are they in? What businesses, I should say, they're in. Wealth, resources, holdings, so various different territories they control. Boons, ventures, status. It says the rhythm of play. Year by year, complex or important events are played out in more detail before returning to house management to conclude the year. Each house management season follows these steps. News from the Imperium, optional. An income step, an event step, also optional. Upkeep, ventures, and the end of year and downtime. It seems as if your house management becomes almost like a mini game within Dune Adventures in the Imperium. So we've got status and reputation. House roles, so what various different characters would play in that house. So we've got ruler, consort, advisor, chief physician, envoy, heir, scholar, swordmaster, warmaster. So there are quite a few. I did skip a few through there. So running house management, news from the Imperium. So it's giving us some examples that we could utilize as the game master. Events, upkeep, construction ventures, claiming a domain, expanding the estate, expanding land, festival, boon ventures, Bene Gesserit alliance, cultivate unity, establish reputation, fill a house role. Can tell us how much wealth we have to spend on that. We've got our end of year and downtime. Warfare, how to go from a minor to major house and from major to great. And then we have planet record sheets, moon record sheets, house management record sheet, and another bigger house record sheet. Oh, yes, Yes, that's a house record sheet. The other one was house management, which I think you might fill out on a yearly basis, something like that. And here we have the campaign that I was talking about that starts off with Agents of Dune, which is actually sort of a starter set, although Modiphius Entertainment really hasn't branded it as a starter set. You can easily get stuck in with Dune Adventures in the Imperium with just that box set. And I have reviewed it. I liked it a ton. So you may want to check that out if you are curious about Dune Adventures in the Imperium and you have not already dug into the core book or the starter set. Or I guess I should say Agents of Dune rather than starter set. All right, that is a first look at the great game, Houses of the Landsraad, for Dune Adventures in the Imperium. By all means, join me tomorrow as Modiphius Entertainment Week will continue as I take a first look into Achtung Cthulhu, the Serpent and the Sands, from, of course, the aforementioned Modiphius Entertainment. And, of course, I am going to have a review of Dune Adventures in the Imperium, the great game, Houses of the Landsraad, in the not-too-distant future. That is it for this time out. If you liked the video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell. It will not only let you know when I share videos such as this first look, it'll also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Central right here on YouTube. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more you are not going to find here on the YouTube channel. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. And until I see you next time, I certainly hope all of you out there get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.